Oh.
How confused?
When you're at 16, you don't want to be. Yeah, you don't want to be with your parents, and it's really cool to have a
out, so you've got to have someone to hang around with. So that's what it is.
And it's even better that it was a boy.
Yeah, true. The first experience I thought experience was love, but it wasn't. It was just kind of more lust, really.
I get really involved really quickly and always end up getting hurt, which is, I think, a standard teenage girl thing to do, but not a standard teenage guy thing. They seem to be okay about it.
That when your teenager falls in love, there are of course some very positive things that can happen. You may find that suddenly they become cooperative around the home, they're in a good mood all the time, things that might have caused tensions don't anymore because everything is right with the world and they're happy. Young love can be a wonderful thing for this age group, but unfortunately things can go wrong. Expectations might be too high, there can be disappointments, and of course you may get dumped. You might notice things like them withdrawing a lot, not spending time with friends, not wanting to go to school, or they may lose themselves completely in schoolwork because they're trying to drown out the thoughts of the breakup. Other things to be very aware of is the impact it may have had on their self-esteem and their body image. So for example, you might find their eating habits change, or perhaps they want to do some drastic image change, and also be aware of things like self-harming, smoking, drinking, perhaps taking drugs. All of these things could be signs that your young person's really not coping well. If this is a relationship that you never actually approved of, and perhaps you actually voiced your concerns to your child, make sure you don't do the "I told you so" bit. Your child's already feeling rejected and perhaps embarrassed.
For teenagers, when they break up for the first time, it's absolutely devastating for them because they're at that emotional age where everything is really hard, whether it's good or bad. So it was just understanding what she was going through, being there when she was locked in her room crying for hours, and just being able to talk to her when she wanted to talk about it.
I don't think it's the sort of thing that you can say, well, you would do, or until it actually happens. And I was just there for them 100% and just helped them the best way I could.
You want to hear that he's stupid, you want to hear that it's his loss and all of this. You don't want to hear, oh well, you had a good time together, move on now, which is what I got, and it really didn't help, so I just had to go to my friends for it, and I quite wanted my mum at that point.
Oh.
Of course, it's important not to tell your child there are plenty more fish in the sea, even though we know it's true, but actually do encourage them to get out there again, to build their social life, to be meeting other friends, and who knows, through them they might meet somebody else.
As a parent, I just sit there and I listen to them. I say to them, come and talk to me, tell me what's on your mind and everything else, and we just sit there and talk it out, and in the end it gets up, they sort of look at me and go, well, you're right, Mum, yeah, I will find someone else.
After a breakup, it can be really helpful to share your experiences when you were a teenager. So maybe if you've got some photographs of an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend that meant something to you, using those to talk to your child so they really can see that you do know what they're going through and you have been there.